It is time now for the Peter Channel 11 a.m. news report on this Wednesday morning, February 10th, 2016. Good morning and afternoon, buddy. I am Peter Wiggins. 11 a.m. news on this Wednesday morning. Going to the Wednesday afternoon here. Our top story at 11 a.m. here is Manchester, New Hampshire. After a disaster win by Senator Bernie Sanders and Republican billionaire Donald Trump in New Hampshire, the two campaigns sought Wednesday to build momentum while some members were left recessive strategies amid reshuffle. Cars crossing the Tongue Bridge led away from the Kaesong Joint Industrial Area and the demilitarized zone between North and South Korea. As after a rocket launch, South Korea will shut down joint industrial park with North Korea. Federal Reserve Chair Jenny Yellen told Congress Wednesday that the global economic troubles and the recent sell-off of the stocks could rattle the U.S. A gunman got out of a car, opened fire at a couple killed and 1-year-old Arnold Johnson Sheriff Lieutenant John Green said in the news coverage Tuesday night in a company in California, just near Los Angeles. Officials in Ferguson, Missouri are asking the Justice Department for several changes to an agreement that would reform the police department there, a request that was sharply criticized by federal officials who said that the city was abruptly changing their course. The Supreme Court stayed the Clean Power Plan Tuesday evening freezing the heart of Obama's climate policy. Kills Turkey. Turkey's new president on Wednesday fired back at the United Nations demanding that Turkey open its border to tens of thousands of more Syrian refugees accusing the world body of being infected with the refugee crisis and not. Brussels. Germany would take part in the potential NATO mission to help slow refugee flows into the agency. That country's defense minister said on Wednesday, a day before the alliance is due to discuss requests for the help ease in Europe's migration. Paris. French Foreign Minister Laurent Fabius on Wednesday that he was leaving the government ahead of the wider reshuffle that President Francois Hollande hopes he can bolster his chance of the 2017 presidential elections. Istanbul. Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan upbraided his United States for his support of Syrian Kurdish rebels on Wednesday, saying Washington's ability and their center groups to nature and turned to the region of the Sea of Blood. In Seoul. Kim Jong-un ordered the execution of the North Korean military chief Ri Yong-gil, multiple sources reported on Wednesday. Iran, France. 7 Spanish cave explorers were rescued from a flooded cave about 1,000 feet deep in the French's Pyrenees Mountains after an overnight search. Malaysia, Indonesia. An Indonesian Air Force traded pilot plane crashed into the home in Malaysia. East Java killed the pilot and 2 residents of the home. Judge delivers on new trial for serial defendant Eddie Dwin, Seattle, Baltimore. Emmitsburg, Maryland. A plan to identify first most likely to fail and that is right to the schedule. Fault because he fired at the demotion of Mount St. Mary's University after Catholic schools president reporting like the students and baby rabbits. An Alaska flight of Alaska Airlines made an schedule in Denver after past week came issued a threat, according to Alaska Airlines spokesperson. Louisville, Kentucky. The federal judge who Kentucky court Kim Davidson in jail last year for visiting July of the same-sex couples and said she had interfered with a process since the release and that glasses were ordained. Washington. Federal Reserve Chair Janet Yellen on Wednesday warned that the U.S. economy faces several risks that could affect the agency's plan to raise interest rates. Washington. Fresh from a victory in New Hampshire. Donald Trump said Republican rival Chris Christie called him to have a long talk brought in the primary. Muskegon Heights, Michigan. 4 people were shot, one by a sheriff's deputy outside a high school basketball game in Muskegon Heights, Michigan. San Francisco Twitter is well that algorithmically generates habit show tweets out of order. It started Wednesday. Tweets that Twitter think that people most want to see will appear. The top of timeline beginning the most. London. Dutch Bank pause rally on Wednesday followed the press reports of a possible buyback of senior debt of market sources expressed skepticism about the long-term dividends of such a liability management exercise. Ashashin Cooper holds his limited and entered in exclusive talks with Bush and EV to acquire the Purdy and Gross beer brands for $2.55 billion, which is $2.9 billion as a Japanese brew stakes group outside the stagnating domestic market. The entertainment conglomerate led by CEO Jeff Brooks also raised its dividend, but its stock declined in the pre-market activity. Time Warner, the entertainment conglomerate that owns Warner Brothers. Washington. The U.S. Air Force is deferring the purchase of 45 Lockheed Martin F-35 Lightning II fighters over the next 5 years to make room for the other procurements. Yekaterinburg, Russia. Russian infantry fighting vehicle maker Kurgan Smashov has filed a bankruptcy petition to the Kurgan Arbitration Court. In the stock market, the Dow up 74.03 points at 69.88.41. SP 500 up 50.96 points at 1868.17. And Nasdaq 59.15 points up at 4,327.92. Okay. Scientists have used radio telescopes to cartograph the Milky Way, revealing hundreds of previously hidden galaxies lurking beyond it. The chief executive in the country's main scientific research agency has announced deep cuts to two departments studying climate change part of international concern. The first direct detection of gravitational waves is now what is expected to be announced on February 11th by the Advanced Laser Interferometer Gravitational Observatory. Orion crew module pressure vessel for the NASA's exploration mission. EM1 is unveiled for the first time on February 3rd, 2016 after the arrival of the agency's Kennedy Space Center in Florida. The thousands of babies born in Brazil with abnormally small heads and brains believed to be caused by an infection in the womb with a Zika virus typically face a lifetime of health challenges, doctors said. According to recent study, male incarceration could lead to higher rates of STD within their communities, as research was published in Journal Science, Social Science, and Medicine on Tuesday. Dr. Nader Ansari was used to be a junior doctor in the AAD before, retrained him to be an eye doctor. He decided to change, especially Elizabeth Party because of that. He had worked with India as a junior doctor strike in the UK as Hunt claims 42% of doctors working as it happened. Johnson & Johnson gets extrapolated as biosimilar exploration electrolytes being described as a pure laboratory process, but the most ominous sort of jargon for the big pharma. Peter Cheldusab is now 11:06 a.m. on this Wednesday morning. There's time for a sports report here tonight. The Boston Celtics will be at the Garden tonight, taking on old friend Paul Pierce and Doc Rivers and Los Angeles Clippers. Game time 7:30 p.m. at the Garden here. While the Wheaton Lions have a men's and women's basketball doubleheader. Men's basketball taking on Clark at 6 o'clock. Then women's basketball against Emerson at 8 o'clock. So should be a good one. Los Angeles Clippers suspend Blake Griffin 4 games that are paid for punch and staff member. Boston, North Carolina coach Ray Williams said he was feeling faithful to be live, and proud of the how the team responded the aftermath. The middle court second point of the watch was in the second half of the Tar Wheels 68-65 ACC win over Boston College. Peter Challenger's time is now 11:07 on this Wednesday morning, and it is time now for a Trevor report. It's Wednesday morning, going to Wednesday afternoon. Maybe. And take a look at around here, and it is looking good in the Ocean State here. And 195 in the westbound side, connected to the Fox Quarter Road, and Dartmouth, so expect some delays here, but otherwise, looking good in southeastern Massachusetts here. Southeast Expressway, the northbound side of the so from Quincy all the way at the Dorchester. 93 to the northbound side of the Southern Pike, all the way at the Zanker Bridge. 93 to the southbound side, so from Somerville to the Zanker Bridge in Boston here. 120 to the northbound side, a little over the Gloucester stretch here. Highways in Worcester and Springfield are looking good here. Mass Pocket to the westbound side. A little slow after the Westfield stretch here. In Connecticut, it's looking good here. We got an accident 95 southbound after I-91, so expect some delays here. 95 southbound accident in Norwalk, Connecticut, and Fairfield, Connecticut, so expect some delays here. Highways in Vermont and New Hampshire, Maine are looking good, except on Maine turnback to the southbound side. A little slow after 295 in Augusta, Maine. But otherwise, looking good in the highways and byways of Northern New England there. Okay, let's take a look at MBTA alerts here at 11:09 here. Ferries are looking good here. Subway system is looking good here, and on the commuter rail, looking good. Peter Childress time is now 11:09 in the morning time, going on 11:10, and it is time now for a weather report here. And we got a special weather statement here because an area of scattered but local areas snow showers are possible this afternoon. An area of snow produced by the accumulation of western New England this morning, light snow lifted across Massachusetts, but it never had scattered snow showers as expected this afternoon across southern New England area. While much of the activity will be light, localized heavy snow squalls and showers. Maybe some quick to a snowfall in a short time, but heavier squalls will be isolated, but where they occur will result in the roads quickly becoming snow-covered and briefly poor visibility. Yes, motorists traveling today should be prepared for snow-covered roads and briefly poor visibility. Here, and looking at radar here, and it shows snow covered much of greater Boston and stretching down towards Springfield and along the Pike and stretching up in northern Rhode Island and down from the Annabers here. And another band of snow showers from southeastern Connecticut down from southwest Rhode Island down from Long Island Sound. A lot of rain, snow showers, but Route 8 towards the Dale for Waterbury. On Route 7 here, spotty snow showers by the Pike around Beckett. Snow showers east of Albany, stretching out of the suburb around Bennington and west of Rutherford here. And some snow showers by the Everest, Derry, and National Rancher here. Alright, 7-day forecast goes like this. Here. For today, we are going to have some. For the rest of the afternoon, scattered snow showers maybe before 4 p.m. Clouds skies at 144 degrees. Cloud will be coming southwest 5 miles into the afternoon, just makes the 3%. So the daytime circulation less than that, 1 inch possible. Tank isolated snow showers. Most skies got about 90 degrees and west about 6 miles an hour. Anticipation 20%. Thursday, chance of snow showers maybe between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Most skies got how about 29 degrees. West about 5 to 14 miles gusts as high. 31 miles an hour. Anticipation is 40%. Little no circulation expected. Thursday, most skies got about 7 above. West from about 7 to 10 miles an hour gusts high. 31 miles an hour. Here, for Friday, most of the Sunday, most skies got about 24 about 40 degrees. Southwest about 6 miles an hour. For Saturday, parts of the podcast got about 17 to about 6 below. Sunday, the most skies got about 15 to about 4 above. Watcher's birthday on Monday, chance of snow showers. Parts of the most skies got about 30 to about 23 degrees. Chance of 35%. For Tuesday, at chance of rain showers, snow showers, and freezing rain. Clouds got about 43 degrees and chance of is 40%. Currently here in Norton here, it is light snowing 33, humidity 78%, and that is going to be it for the Peter Channel 11 a.m. news report on this Wednesday morning, Wednesday afternoon, February 10th, 2016. I appreciate you have a good afternoon, goodbye, to you at 3 o'clock.